Hello readers, I'm Ruben Hepplethwaite and welcome back to Keep Reading, your channel for great book recommendations to help get you through the coronavirus lockdown. So we're into week 9 of the lockdown now, and I don't know about you, but it seems to me that there's a twinkling of light at the end of the tunnel, and we might be getting back to some sort of normality or a new normal sometime soon, so hang on in there. I hope you've been reading some of the books I've recommended so far. If you click on the link in the top right of the screen, you'll be able to click into my entire reading list. And you might find something there that suits you if the book that I'm going to recommend today doesn't. So this week I'm wearing my Goring Brothers trucker cap. It makes me feel like I'm going to the island of Capri, and going there with my wife and my children. I'm going to have some seafood pasta, maybe an Aperol Spritz, some delicious Italian ice cream. Hopefully we'll be able to do that again sometime soon. So on to this week's recommendation. It's an extraordinary book, first published in 1981. It's written by the American astronomer and scientist Carl Sagan, and it's called Cosmos. There you go. So Sagan says it's the story of cosmic evolution, science and civilization. I bought this book a couple of years ago, and I've been watching the wonders of the solar system and the wonders of the universe, the TV programs hosted by Brian Cox, the physicist, not the actor. And he'd mentioned a few times on his TV program that it was this book that sort of made him want to become a physicist. So I thought, it must be pretty good, and I bought a copy. I didn't find time to read it, so it sort of stayed on the bookshelf for a couple of years. So during the lockdown, I picked it up, and I had a bit more time on my hands. Picked it up, started reading, and was totally immersed in this book for a few days. It really is an absolutely wonderful book. Sagan takes you on a journey of the cosmos, starting with our own tiny, fragile ball of rock, drifting in the cosmic ocean to the solar system, the Milky Way galaxy, and then far beyond. I've been confused by some of the science in other books on this topic. Stephen Hawking's book, A Brief History of Time, is an example of that. Found that quite difficult to read. But this book is very different. Sagan manages to explain very difficult scientific ideas with ease, and he makes them both sort of graspable and exciting. Put it this way, I now think I fully understand the concept of space-time thanks to Mr. Sagan. But what I really loved about this book is it not only gives you an account of 15 billion years of cosmic evolution from the Big Bang, but it also tells you about how science and civilization evolved together, including the socio-economic forces and individuals and civilizations that helped shape modern science. There are sections on missions to nearby planets, the origins of life, the evolution of galaxies, and even the library of ancient Alexandria. This book is, it's obviously about space, but trust me, it's so much more than that. I particularly enjoyed reading the last chapter of this book. It's entitled Who Speaks for Earth? And in that chapter, Sagan addresses some of the issues of the time, bearing in mind the book was written in 1981. These issues included the climate emergency, air pollution, propensities for aggression between nations, the threat of nuclear war, and human self-destruction and survival. It seems to me that 40 years on, humanity is still working on these issues and nothing much has changed. Sagan finishes by saying, "We speak for Earth." our obligation to survive is owed not just to ourselves, but also to the cosmos, ancient and vast, from which we spring. I can't wait to read this book again. I've got a few books that have been recommended to me via comments on the channel, so a shout out to Paul Quaintance, who recommended Gambling for Life by Harry Findlay, and Paul Crilly, who recommended Origins of the Scottish Enlightenment, 1707 to 1776 by Jane Rendell. And also a shout out to David Beckham, who recommended The Boss, The Many Sides of Alex Ferguson by Michael Crick. So that's another book recommendation done. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel today for more great book recommendations. Remember to hit the bell and turn on notifications. Send your own recommendations in the comments section and I'll shout them out in the following week. I'll be back with another recommendation next Thursday and another hat. In the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy, stay positive, and keep reading.